So today is the 28th of the 9th, 2016, and we spent our morning rehearsing Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
In this rehearsal, we prepared this to give each other everyone's parts out. They already knew that. Everyone had been practicing them, so today was really trying to get it all together. So we had the drums going, which was Jess. You had Priya Rose playing the piano, which sort of acted as a bass as well. You had me doing lead guitar, which is the electric with distortion, and Shrey with the acoustic in the background.
Doing rhythm. So today was mainly about getting a rough cut of the final product. Before, as you can see in previous blogs I've mentioned, it was mainly learning the individual parts. So that'd be, learning the verse and then going on to learn the chorus and putting it all together, learning cues, things like that. So we've already gone through that. Today we did go over cues a little bit to make sure everyone come in. We switched the intro around a little bit to build it up, make it more interesting, and it was about getting a rough cut, and I think that it went really well.
Yeah, today went much better than previously because we had, first of all, everyone turned up, so we had everyone there with their parts. Everyone knew, even though some people still need to recap cues, which was expected because obviously it's first time practicing as a whole group.
Yeah.
The lyrics had some work done at the beginning, but we worked that all out, so it was just really well because it was near enough everyone put a final piece together, and I thought that altogether the song sounded actually really well for an early audition version of it because we've still got time to do and we still got other songs. But I thought it worked successfully and everyone knows what they're doing, so everyone's going to keep practicing that privately, and then we're going to keep recapping it on a rehearsal as we start to move on eventually.
Yeah, and one thing we did do today was we added in the singing. Previously we had actually me and George had got the guitar and the drums going together. We did get Priya on piano a little bit too. Then today we brought Shrey in, so now it was the whole band, everyone doing it. And the vocals are actually really crucial for cues, so that's another thing about today. It was getting the vocals sorted out, the cues for the vocals, and then obviously basing our cues off of the lyrics in the song. We used the drums, the piano, guitars, as George already said. We put them in amps. We set it up all properly, did a sound check to make sure that everyone could be heard. George did his solo. There were a few bits. Obviously, every rehearsal needs to be improved. And, there's always things that you think, oh, next time maybe we could do that a little bit better.
So what I thought was, as a whole, was quite good. What part of the issue with the I think where everyone had been given their parts before, they were too used to practicing on their own. So yeah, there is obviously tweaks to do so we can make it as a band, make this song core, make it proper. But also I think because of the adding the piano in and the way we're doing it, like maybe the little bits of improvisation or the little bits of added fillers for Jess, it makes the song not just a boring cover of Seven Nation Army. It makes it individual for us. It makes it our version. It's our interpretation of it. So yeah, it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's good enough for it's ours. That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. On the whole, to summarise, I would say that this rehearsal was very productive. We come in knowing our individual parts, but we hadn't yet put it all together. And like I said earlier on, today was about getting a rough cut of the final product. So what we did was we went through a few times. If we messed up, I would stop the band, because it's important when you're practicing and rehearsing that if you mess up, stop there and then. Don't carry on, stop and identify the issue and then start again, because if you carry on you could get used to a certain mistake and it could keep on occurring. So that's one thing I did. I stopped the rehearsal, we had a talk, and every time we got through the song we would actually evaluate with each other. That's all on film as well. So
yep, so even though everyone's got their own lead on a song, like this song's mine, I believe that Jess as well is saying it as well, because even though she drums, she's quite important because she's basically a metronome for the group. I thought that we were both working together, so yeah, I was looking at the lyrical part and the guitar part, where Jess was looking at the timing and the more technical stuff. So in theory we're both taking leadership over this song.
Yeah.
For next rehearsal we're going to be practicing another core song, but at the beginning we're going to do, like you do in every lesson, you revise what you've done recently. So we're going to recap the song, have a practice, see how it sounds, give some parts to improve, then move on to the next song, and then After that, at most rehearsals, every rehearsals we do at least once a week. We'll practice. We'll just play through this song and play through the songs that we've done, so we can keep on like remembering what we do. Because you know you don't want to rehearse and leave it and then forget what everyone's doing, or just completely mess up. So yeah.
Yeah, and like George said, next rehearsal we have to plan out. As soon as we finish a rehearsal, we're like, right, remember guys, next time we rehearse, which in our case is going to be tomorrow, we say, right, this is what we're going to do, this is what you need to prepare for. And because we've already got the rough cut, and actually I think the rough cut went very well. It's not far off of the polished cut.
It was really, really successful.
It's really getting there.
To improve it though, I would definitely organise a bassist, because there was meant to be a bassist, however there were some issues with that, with necessarily people learning the bit or even turning up. So I've organised with a friend of mine who can play, who's a guitarist, they do bass, to come in when they can, because they're outside the school, and do that for us as a favour. So that probably won't be a majority of the rehearsals, however we will get a video of that as a final piece.
Yeah, another thing we can work on, I think, maybe timing. And when you're practicing and rehearsing, timing's not always going to be spot on. You know, you're going to have a few moments where you slip back a little bit. Obviously, as George said, I work a bit like a metronome, especially in this song, because it's just constant all the time. It's not really syncopated, anything like that. It's just constant. So I'm pretty much the driving force in terms of timing, like a drummer is. So I think that you know, I mean, George slipped off a few times, but he's doing a solo, and you know, sometimes it's really hard when you're trying to remember all the notes, what to do, and you're trying to listen out for timing. There's so much going on. So I think, you know, some people, and it's not just George, it was others as well, just need to listen to the constant beat that I'm giving them, and just try and work around that. But that's all going to be part of getting the polished cut.
So obviously with times we need to work on, but what we'll also do then is what we've done is we've stripped it down, we've looked at the individual bits. We'll probably put another video up soon of not only the final bit, but I'll practice personally with the drummer to make sure my timing's right, and to make sure me and them can communicate a bit more and work out extra bits for other people. And yes, we'll do that and we'll upload that. Also, what I think was quite important with the song is, even though everyone says it's a basic song, easy song, everyone knows it, that is all true. However, it's different from being able to play the song to being able to play it as a group and give it an interpretation. Because it is so easy. Like if we all went off, we could play it individually, no problem. But it's the fact that the communication has to be there, and certain individuals, so I'll say for an example is Priya Rose, we were giving cues to people, she was asking for a cue, but yet she wasn't paying any attention to the cues, so she was coming in a bit later, so we'll work on that. Obviously, we need to start practicing about, if we bring our own equipment, which like me, I'll probably have my own amplifier, my own guitar, which be easy, because also that can add cues within it and gives it a better sound, better quality, a better idea. But it's still early days for that, so I won't be bringing all my equipment in. I might bring a guitar in, things like that, but I'll bring them in later so we can get like an official or a final video before the live performance.
Yeah, and that's another thing to be aware of in practices. You know, you need to make sure you're prepared in terms of what equipment you need, and you know, you make sure you've got all your sheet music. And that's another thing about today that I think we could improve. Do you agree that we actually spent time setting up? And that time setting up was taken out of the rehearsal time. So what we need to do, I mean, I understand, today we had an assembly, and obviously you can't really get out of an assembly, so we had no choice to come earlier. But next time, for example, tomorrow, if we try to come to the lesson a bit earlier, if it's after a lunch or after a break or after registration, there's a chance, come early, make sure we're all set up, so then as soon as the actual lesson starts, we just go straight in, and that way we can get a solid hour rather than wasting time on the setup. But I think on the whole, you know, not a bad day. And another thing we can do, which we have been doing, is practice together outside of school. You don't necessarily need to wait for these rehearsals to get together, you know, and that's another thing I think we should do. We should try to make more effort to get together outside of school. It's not always easy, but it is possible, in a study support or something like that. Like me and George, we've already rehearsed together outside of school before, which, you know, there's evidence of that in George's blogs. So more of that, and definitely record all of them. As Miss said, record everything. The more evidence you've got, the better it is. But I think we've pretty much said everything.
Yeah. Obviously, every rehearsal we do, we're not necessarily going to record. We're going to like keep evaluating or keep blogging different ways. So we'll be doing video.
We'll
be doing
some of it.
We'll record some of it.
Try and get some of it.
But we'll like this. We're just doing this. We're going to basically search the many different ways of putting things on our website. So we're going to do a couple of video blogs.
Pictures.
We're going to do videos. We're going to do like voice recordings. We're going to do like audios
and pictures
and type ups, pictures. We're going to basically search a variety of different ways that are out there. Yeah. So
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, for our next rehearsal, what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to recap to our song, but we'll communicate. Obviously, you won't see this side of it, so I'll let you know. We're going to communicate outside and work out what the core song we're doing, and then we'll make sure everyone can at least find or can get access to a copy of this song so they can practice it. And so if they can print it off, then everyone's got their parts ready so we can practice it individually together. So it's practice, collective assessment and things like that. Keep going to make it all blend together.
I think that that's everything. Like, we've just covered absolutely everything. Another thing that you'll notice on our blogs is, they're not just school rehearsals. I think we might have mentioned this before, but it's not just school
rehearsals.
Not
all the official ones.
It's outside. I mean, on mine, I rehearse, for example, at the weekend when I get extra time on my own, I rehearse, and then I will write down what I rehearsed, what I intended to practice, things like that. And I think next time maybe I could take pictures and video evidence just to solidify it a bit more. But just keep blogs on absolutely everything you do, because it's just the best way. But I think that's it.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you, bye.